When a series that you have invested your entire life in is able to shock you in unexpected ways, it adds to the overall experience of the actual show. So today, you guessed it, I'll be counting down the top 10 most shocking / unexpected moments that we have seen within Dragon Ball Z. On a quick side note, I will only be including canon material. Unfortunately, what that means is that there will be no Broly on this list. Taking the number 10 spot is when Super Buu causes human extinction on planet Earth. Not only does he manage to wipe out humanity in one single attack, but he also manages to shock the mind of Piccolo and everybody else atop Kami's lookout. In fact, I actually find it a bit funny, because Piccolo was the one who actually gave Super Buu the idea of killing the humans to give Goten and Trunks more time to train in the hyperbolic time chamber. So in an essence, Piccolo is the one to blame. Taking the number 9 spot is when Majin Vegeta blows himself up as a sacrifice. This is a noble effort by Vegeta in an attempt to rid the Earth of Majin Buu. Now, I've talked about this scene a numerous amount of times on this channel. However, the reason it earns its place on this list, because let's be honest, if this was your first time watching Dragon Ball Z and you saw Vegeta go up and fight Majin Buu, you would just think that Vegeta would lose the fight and be killed by Majin Buu. However, Vegeta is the Prince of all Saiyans, and the Prince of all Saiyans will not be killed by spat out chewing gum. Vegeta would rather die than be killed by the likes of Majin Buu. Therefore, he blows himself up and not only shocks Goku, but the entire audience. Taking the number 8 spot is the very first wish that was made to the Eternal Dragon Shenron. For those of you that haven't watched Dragon Ball, 1. Watch Dragon Ball, it's fantastic, you won't regret it, it's an amazing series, it's on par with Dragon Ball Z to some people. 2. This was the very first wish that we have ever seen granted in Dragon Ball history. This wish was asked by Oolong to the Eternal Dragon Shenron, and what did Oolong wish for? Oolong wished for panties. Now, while that may sound bizarre, it was completely reasonable under the circumstances. However, it was still shocking to see that the very first wish made was on panties. Think about it, the very first wish, this was the wish that is meant to set the precedent for the other wishes to come later on in the series. And to think that it was just underwear is Akira Toriyama at his best. Taking the number 7 spot is the Mysterious Youth. In other words, Future Trunks. When this mysterious person came out of nowhere and was threatening to kill Frieza and his father, no one had a clue who this man was, until he turned into a Super Saiyan. I wasn't around when this originally got aired, so I would have loved to have seen the amount of speculation that would have happened as soon as the episode cuts off after showing Future Trunks. You could tell by the look on everybody's face. As soon as Future Trunks turned into a Super Saiyan, Frieza, his father, Vegeta, even Gohan, Krillin, Yamcha, everybody was shocked at this kid who out of nowhere just turned into a Super Saiyan like it was nothing. Taking the number 6 spot is when Frieza survived the Spirit Bomb. Now honestly, a few people may have seen this coming, but for me, I thought the Spirit Bomb would have annihilated Frieza. But it didn't. In fact, the Spirit Bomb itself was completely overshadowed by Goku's Super Saiyan transformation. And honestly, when you see Goku charge a Spirit Bomb for that long, you wouldn't expect anyone to live. And the fact that Frieza did shocked me, and that is why it's on this list. Taking the number 5 spot is when Raditz comes to Earth and reveals that Goku's actually been a Saiyan all along. Now I know a lot of people would have thought that this would have been number 1, but for this moment to have any impact on you at all in the first place, you've had to have watched Dragon Ball. If you haven't watched Dragon Ball, then this moment would not be shocking at all to you. But I will say, this one little bit of information opens up the entire universe for the Dragon Ball Z cast. Taking the number 4 position is when Super Buu turns Vegito into candy. When I first saw this scene, I thought it was game over for Vegito. Every other time Majin Buu turned someone into candy, it was an automatic win for Majin Buu. But Vegito was the one exception, and when I first saw that jawbreaker start moving around and talking, I completely freaked out. I had no idea what was going on until Vegito came out and explained that the candy beam does not work. Needless to say, I was pretty shocked. Now that we are in the top 3, these next 3 entries are the most shocking, unexpected moments in all of Dragon Ball Z so far. Taking the number 3 spot is when the Demon King Piccolo kills the Eternal Dragon Shenron. This was what the fuck. I mean, Shenron granted Piccolo youth and he returns the favor by killing him. That almost earns him a place on the most sadistic characters of all time. I'm being completely serious, it was a smart move by Piccolo, but who knew that he had the power to obliterate the Eternal Dragon? Just a quick fun fact for all you power level lovers out there, if the Demon King Piccolo could destroy the dragon by the end of Dragon Ball, that means someone like Chiaotzu at the very start of Dragon Ball Z would have enough power to obliterate the Eternal Dragon. And that to me is just crazy. Taking out the silver medal on this list is Frieza in the Resurrection of F. Let's just be honest, this shocked everybody. Frieza coming back to life and training for 4 months, therefore making him stronger than Majin Buu, Goku Super Saiyan 3, making Frieza on par with Goku Super Saiyan God. I don't know about you guys, but they had to power Frieza up somehow, and 4 months of training, that is not just shocking, it is mind-blowing. Taking home the gold in the top 10 most shocking Dragon Ball Z moments, we have Vegeta and Bulma. Who would have guessed that Vegeta and Bulma would have had sex? I certainly would not have, considering Vegeta was about to blow up the earth just to prove a point to Goku. Bulma had a perfectly good thing going with Yamcha, yet she ditched him and went straight to Vegeta. And the thing that's even more shocking is that they have now settled down. If we gave the average person a quick description of Dragon Ball Z, outlining the basic plot, the summary, and all the main characters, they would never in a million years foresee Vegeta and Bulma together. Even me, to this day, I find it hard to believe that Vegeta and Bulma are a thing. But they are, and I'm glad they are, because if they weren't, we would not have gotten this man right here. Anyway, let me know some of the most shocking moments that you've experienced while watching Dragon Ball Z. I feel like I've covered the majority of the most shocking moments, so I'd be surprised if anyone has more to add in the comment section down below. But as always, I will see you in the next Dragon Ball Z video.